Hey groupies, welcome back to Form of Therapy. This is the Culture Study, and I'm the channel's video producer and your host. You can call me PD. And today we are checking out Helicopter by CLC. So CLC is back after a year and wow, I don't even know how many months since their previous comeback, Devil. Now, unfortunately, Helicopter is only a single. I was waiting for another EP or even a studio album at this point because CLC has had that's 3 singles in a row so far. That's Helicopter, Devil, and Me. Their previous EP was number 1 with their title track No, and I have to admit their EP was a showstopper for me. It was one of the best girl group EPs that I listened to all of last year, and I was excited to have another EP for their comeback, and we didn't get one, and so I've been looking forward to it, and even this time it's just a single. So I'm really hoping that there is an EP on the horizon. I'm hoping that this is more of a situation of this might not necessarily be a pre-release single, but they are sort of keeping their fans satiated, and they have an album in the works very, very soon because I need more CLC music. Now, before we get into this video is brought to you by our Patreon. Guys, if you enjoy what we do on this channel and if you would like to support us, visit us at patreon.com/formatherapy. For as little as $2 a month, you get early access to listening parties and J-pop reactions, like exclusive J-pop reactions. But for just a little bit more, we have live stage variety show, drama club reactions. All the fun bonus variety stuff is going to be on there. But supporting us monetarily is completely optional. Let's check this video out. This is Helicopter by CLC, and this is your form of therapy. We won't be lonely at the top. Seems very epic and grand in scale. Very CLC opening. Looks like we're going for another much more powerful concept. Oh wow, Yoon starting off the first verse. Wow, that is gorgeous. There's my girl. Ooh, Seunggi. Oh, Seunggi leading the center charge for the chorus. Okay. Ooh, wow. Soren's set is really cool. You know, the melody for this, it kind of reminds me more of like older school K-pop. It's got a mix of older school K-pop and I feel like kind of like Americans mid-2000s R&B. Oh my god. Oh, Yoon's spitting bars. Holy crap, what was that? Oh, did Seunggi like cut her hair, but then in one of the other ones she's got like extensions? Okay, they're clearly putting a lot of focus on Yeon. I dig it. Where the hell has Elkie been this entire music video? I feel like she appeared in the beginning and then she suddenly disappeared and she made like a last minute appearance at the end. The journey never ends. So Helicopter by CLC, after a year-long wait, the song definitely still holds up. Definitely in line with CLC's more powerful tracks. But I gotta say, I think the music video could have been better. Now, at the same time, there are a lot of really cool and really commendable accomplishments here, because the music video, a lot of people have been kind of demanding me to watch this. I'm always about spreading positivity and I never want to shit on what other people like, but like, I hope you guys know that this was not a good music video. CLC deserved a better music video than this. Now, what do I mean by that? This isn't necessarily a bad music video, but it's not good enough in my opinion. So what I mean by that is the budget is very, very low for this music video. They reuse almost 80% of this entire music video is recycled. I mean, CLC doesn't have necessarily the biggest scale, high budget music videos in the K-pop scene, but I would say CLC has pretty high budget videos, just because Cube is a company that has the means to do so. With each single, the production budget has been a little bit tighter, but never to the point where I went like, oh, this was straight up a really small budget. But this one definitely gives me that impression, because they straight up reused multiple sets, not only for the dance portions, but they reutilized it for the members' individual solo scenes. They really did not have a lot of money to go around. Now, one might argue, well, there is also the potential fact that they were heavily impacted by COVID-19, or because of the COVID-19 restrictions, they're not going out of their way to have more elaborate sets and crazier sets. And I understand that. I'm giving a lot of music videos a pass as of recently because of the COVID-19 situation, especially because Korea is sort of tightening their restrictions once again, because there has been a spike in cases. Now, with that said, I have watched a ton of music videos that have come out recently, and even in these times, even on a limited budget, a lot of companies have managed to put out really gorgeous music videos. I can tell the difference between a music video where they were stuck to one location and they were on a limited budget because of COVID-19, or because the company did not pour enough resources and enough money into it. And unfortunately, I think this is a mix of both. I think they definitely had limited locations because of COVID-19, but also I feel like they did not put as much resources as they could have put into this. I honestly believe that they could have put way more money into this, which is a little bit frustrating, because Cube has made us wait 3 singles so far and still no EP, and they made us wait over a year since their previous comeback for Devil. It might not be over a year, it might be a little under a year or a year, but it's roughly around that time, and they made us wait that long. And okay, if you could have produced an EP, whatever the situation was, maybe COVID really put an impact on that situation, I can understand that. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to come back with a single, I would expect that more effort and resources are poured into the single, especially after Yeon's stint on Good Girl. You know, that was a lot of exposure and good PR for the group, and it would have been the perfect opportunity to capitalize on that. And I really feel like this music video did not capitalize on that. But at the same time, they kind of did. Now, what do I mean by when I say the music video actually did a pretty good job, despite the fact that it had these shortcomings. Well, I actually think the editor did a really excellent job. I think for how few scenes there were, I think the editor actually did a really good job in keeping the pace go really fast. I think, for like layman viewer, like some people might not be able to tell that this is low budget. I think a lot of people might be able to tell that this isn't low budget, and a lot of that has to do with the editing. And I think that's why I got so many requests for people. They wanted me to check it out because everyone's really excited for it. Obviously, it's the first comeback in a long time, and the song is really good. Usually when a music video is disappointing or it's confusing, I usually get comments of people saying like, just a heads up, the music video is not as good. So I'm usually prepared, but I think most people don't know that, don't see that this was actually under a very restricted budget. I also think their director did a really good job. So here's the thing. When a music video is under budget, when a music video is low budget, when I am critiquing that aspect, I am in no part dismissing the work and hard effort put in by the team. Now, there are some teams who will have a low budget music video and make it look like shit. This didn't look like shit. You need to understand that. This music video was very gorgeous. It was cool. It was aesthetically pleasing. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't diverse enough. And it's just monetary restrictions. For what money they had, I can tell that the director did a really good job. The team did a really good job. I think the director worked really closely with the lighting department, because they essentially only had 2 dance sets, which already is pretty limiting, but they reutilized the one main dance set, which is where they had the LED strips. And they reused that, and they recontextualized that multiple times by changing the lighting style, by having strobing lights, having like the runway. They had like runway lights, like flight runway lights. So they played with that a lot, and that actually played into helping sell the illusion that the music video is not as low budget as it seems. I do think they poured a little extra money here and there, like the one CG scene that Yeon had. They had that one clip. They probably poured a couple $100 into that. That was the one outlier. If you notice that none of the other members had a scene as nearly as gorgeous as that cosmic galaxy moment that Yeon had, it's very obvious that they did that because of Yeon's time on Good Girl, and they want to capitalize on that. Yeon also had way more lines here than she ordinarily does in most CLC songs, and that's great. I'm actually really happy about that. Yeon really took center in this song. Usually I feel like that Seungyeon, just in general, Seungyeon commands so much energy and so much attention, but I feel like Yeon really got the spotlight here. It was very purposeful from Cube's part to capitalize on the PR and popularity, but Yeon is someone who I've always said that, like, if she just had the confidence and the ambition of a different rapper, Yeon would be really, really huge. Seeing how Yeon is sort of off stage and off screen, she seems a lot more shy, a lot more reserved. It's interesting how she completely transforms on stage. And so I'm not saying that Yeon was bad. In fact, I always thought Yeon had so much incredible potential, but I felt like there was something that was holding Yeon back. Maybe it was a confidence thing, maybe it was an ambition thing, whatever it was. I felt like Yeon wasn't hungry enough, Yeon wasn't selfish enough to sort of steal the center, because I thought Yeon really had the both charisma and the rapping chops to actually steal the center spot in CLC, and I really feel like she did it here. And I think it's probably got to be due to her time on Good Girl. Now, I haven't watched Good Girl yet. I'm saving that for Patreon, but it'll be interesting to see her journey. But that's always something I've always wanted from Yeon, sort of a more ambitious line distribution, and so it was really dope to see that here. I feel like Seungyi also got some pretty good lines. I feel like Seungyi and apologies, I always can't remember if there's a neon or not. It's either Eunbi or Eunbin. I'm pretty sure it's Eunbi. Eunbi Eunbi got a lot of lines. I personally felt like Eunbi got a lot of lines. She really caught my attention, and so did Seunggi. Seunggi didn't like get a lot of lines, but I thought she got a good chunk of lines, and she got like those big vocal parts, the high notes, commanding center during the chorus. I actually think that Seungyeon sort of took a step back. Seungyeon definitely still had a lot of screen time, but I just think it's not as much as her usual self. Just a little less. Still up there. I think Yujin really did not get as many lines. Yujin is someone who's never really gotten a lot of lines, but I felt like really Yujin kind of disappeared here. And that was unfortunate because Yujin's my favorite. Just in terms of like, I really like her as like just like an idol, like her personality and stuff like that. So I always want to see more of her. Surprisingly, Soren and Elkie took a huge backseat in this song, and I think it's because, well, first of all, Soren and Elkie took a huge backseat, which is why I think both Yeon, Seunggi, and Eunbi were able to get such good line distribution. I feel like this was more so their era. I wouldn't say like it's criminal, I wouldn't say Soren or Elkie got robbed. I feel like when it comes to a group, you're always going to have uneven line distribution, and sometimes you have to trade off with members. And I feel like Soren and Elkie have benefited from really good line distribution for a really long time now. I always say that as much as Cube has troubles with their reputation in the K-pop industry, in terms of foreign idol line distribution, I feel like Cube has the healthiest ratio. Like, I think for a Chinese idol, besides someone like Jackson, I think Elkie has really good line distribution in CLC. Like, Elkie gets a lot of lines. I think Soren also, Soren isn't like, the top, but I think Soren is like at least top 3, top 4 in terms of like line distribution, and I feel like Soren also gets really good lines. So I feel like it was a nice even trade-off. I would have liked to see more, of course. I love Elkie's voice, I love Soren's voice, but I feel like the trade-off was so that Eunbi and Seunggi and Yeon could really shine. So I think it works here. So I really like the song. Like I said, it kind of reminds me, the slow confident roll of the chorus, that I go up like helicopter. Very, I feel like old school K-pop, more like early 2010s sort of sound. It kind of has that sort of songwriting element to it, and the song itself kind of reminds me of like American girl groups like Destiny's Child, that kind of stuff. Not necessarily them, but like that era of music, that sort of very strong militant chorus, like unified chorus type of singing. So I liked it a lot. I think the music video, like I said, it's very pretty, it's very cool, and it's very good, but it's not good enough, especially by Cube standards. And, like I said, I am willing to give them a pass because of the situation with COVID right now. But like I said, I've also seen plenty of other music videos out right now that clearly have restrictions because of COVID, and yet still manage to look really cool and really beautiful. And I feel like, I hope that it's only because of the COVID issue and it's not Cube kind of undercutting CLC, but and I don't want to cause any kind of infighting, right? But I raise this question just on a purely discussion and intellectual basis of we need to at least question it because of the past history of how Cube has been handling CLC's management. I really think that CLC is truly kind of not managed well. I really think that CLC, for the songs that they have, Hobgoblin, Odia, Black Dress, No, they really should be way bigger than they are. Compared to other girl groups, those songs, I mean, it's not even this, like, it's not even necessarily girl crush. Like, I feel like CLC has mastered both a confident sound that's a mix of girl crush, but also inherently very feminine, in charge of their womanhood, but also not on the older side. Like I don't know, I feel like they have a perfect fresh K-pop sound, and I don't know why they aren't as bigger as they should be. You know, for how good Black Dress was, I don't think that got nearly enough love that it should have gotten, and it got a lot of love. But those are just my personal opinions. Guys, I would love to know, what did you guys think of Helicopter by CLC? I'm gonna give this song like a solid 8 out of 10, but that music video, you know, it's questionable at best. You know, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. You know, if you want to support us, visit us at patreon.com/formatherapy. For as little as $2 a month, you get early access to videos like this, and for as little as $10, you get live stage variety show, drama club, all sorts of fun reactions on our Patreon. But supporting us monetarily is completely optional. If you don't want to or you can't, you know, you could leave a like down below, leave a comment, let us know what you thought about the video. That helps us out a lot with the YouTube search algorithm. Go ahead and check out all our other videos over here. Go ahead and subscribe, be notified when we upload a new video by hitting that notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time.